The other perfect thing or great realization, I think, for anybody that's starting out and is feeling self-conscious about what other people are going to think is when you're starting out, by design, there are so few people looking at you that even if you do fail, no one fucking sees, right? So this is something we realized when we were running nightclubs, that we would try and launch a new event around Freshers Week in September, and we would have this great idea, and everything would be about flamingos, or it would be a smart night on a Tuesday so people could go out after they've been to sports club or whatever it was. And then it would flop, right? And we'd do 150 people, and all of the guys that work for us would be stood outside looking destitute and upset, and they'd go, oh, it's so embarrassing.
The tables there so it looks like there's more room.
Oh, dude, we had so many tricks. We'd pump the room full of smoke. We would pad the back off so that everyone had to go to the front. We'd get the DJ to play music, all sorts of shit. But all of the boys would be like, fuck, this makes us look so bad. Everyone's going to think that we're shit. I was like, no. 150 people are going to think that we're shit. Yeah. Like, the advantage of running a shit business that doesn't reach many people is that not many people saw your shit business. Yeah. And that's when you're starting out. People that are concerned about becoming a content creator. I'm worried about starting a podcast because what if everyone sees how shit my podcast is? It's like, dude, no one's going to see your shit podcast. It took me 3.5 years to get even an appreciable amount of people listening to this show. And it was effort 3 times a week. No one cares when you start. So you can be liberated from that as well. And it's just objection handling all the way down.
I think a couple frames that are just different frames around content making, since we're on the topic, that helped me was, one is seeing it as practice rather than the game. So like when we're doing a podcast, if you start, you're like, hey, I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to post it. It's practice for me getting better for future May, rather than like, this is the main game. It's like, no, the game is the whole thing. And this is just like, we're still in preseason.
Yep.
Like these scores, these touchdowns don't even matter yet. Right? Now you can say yet, even though like I can still feel like I'm in preseason, but I think from a mental framework, it actually decreases the stakes associated with doing it. And I think that's been helpful for me, especially it was in the earlier days.